Well, to me, entrepreneurship is about risk-taking and being aggressive in the marketplace. It's also about innovation, clearly, and a lot of hard work. The ability to be able to accept failure from time to time and then pick yourself off the ground, so to speak, and get back and into the world of entrepreneurship to succeed. I'm going to use an analogy on this. I used to recruit a lot. I was with Chase Manhattan Bank, and I used to do a lot of recruiting in different colleges throughout the country. And I always remember, particularly I was at the University of Virginia one time, and I had a whole bunch of guys come in for interviews and a whole bunch of females come in for interviews. And I was struck by the difference in the interviews. It was quite dramatic, as a matter of fact. The guys were trying to figure it out. They were, where am I going to go? How am I going to get there? And the females come in really knowing and understanding where they wanted to be and their place in the world. They had a much more global viewpoint about things. They were selfless. They know how to collaborate a lot better. And they're much more relationship oriented. So to me, going forward, I kept that in mind, and quite candidly about it, I thought women brought a lot more attributes to the table than a lot of people who look like me. When we talk about leadership, I'd like to distinguish between leadership, management, and administrators. I don't think there's a whole bunch of leaders out there. In fact, I think the world is suffering from a lack of leadership. We see that in our national picture. We see that in so many different avenues of corporate life and local life. So I think being a good manager is somebody who makes sure things get done. And a lot of people can do that. A lot of people are good administrators. They can move the papers from one side of the desk to the other side, and they also have that uncanny knack to get things done. Being a leader is complicated, in my judgment. Leaders participate. They don't seek input. They participate. Leaders don't mind getting their hands dirty on a lot of subjects. They don't shy away from making decisions. They participate with their people. To have emotional intelligence and understand the passion of your own people is very complicated. And understanding what their desires are, and the people close to the ground usually make the right decisions for your organization. So understanding that as a leader and participating with people is complicated. Giving up a lot of your own power from time to time and seeking the right advice and being collaborative is very complicated. Most leaders seem to think that they're right. You look at the national level, and I'm not talking about the president, I'm talking about the national level per se, they want control of everything. They're trying to control a lot of our destinies, control our lives. That's how you see that in the corporate world. Leaders, real leaders, are just the opposite from that. So that's my kind of concept of leadership. One more issue I'd like to add on to that is empowerment. I think a leader has enough self-confidence to empower his or her own people, and I think that's really important. Women and minorities are so underserved in today's world. It's hard to believe that a lot of things in the past have taken place. So we got a lot of catch-up ball, to say the least, and that's what WEDC does. And not only playing catch-up ball, they are developing and nurturing so many people to go on to success. We're seeing examples of that today, and I think Ann Janiak is a leader, by the way. We talked about leadership a moment ago. We talked about somebody who had vision, somebody who could anticipate the future. That's what WEDC really does. They've taken women and minorities and brought them to the forefront of our thinking, if you will. And that's something that didn't happen in the past, and it's happening more and more thanks to people like Ann.